Hi, it's me, Manilyn again. I'm sorry it's been a while since I've posted a vlog, and right now I'd like to share to you my triumph because I have survived my first school year here in the US. Being an exchange teacher, being a Filipino teacher here in the US is not really very nice at all, because it's really a mixture of all the good and the not so good things, but overall it brings forth a lot of positive fruits. Being here in a new country, being in a new environment, having to experience a lot of new things that you would have never thought before. Being a teacher is really a very fulfilling experience if you're here, if you're in a new place, wherever you are. So being an educator, if you carry along your passion, your dedication, your love for teaching, you will really feel the sense of happiness and fulfillment at the end of the school year. As for every teaching, the moment we end the school year, we also reflect all the experiences that we've been through so that we'll be ready to embrace the next school year. So in this vlog, I want to share to you the issues that I have been through this school year being a first year teacher here, and also the factors how I survived my first school year. So let's begin with these issues. The very first issue, or the very first trial that you'll undergo or you'll experience being here, is really on classroom management. Like, no matter how good you are in the previous place where you were teaching, the moment you immerse yourself in a new classroom environment with new people, with varying cultures from different backgrounds, classroom management will be really something that we all need to work on. Because the moment you don't have a classroom management, you won't have a great school year. It's going to be very, very challenging and very, very hard. So classroom management is one. Second part of classroom management is behavior management. I encountered a lot of behavioral situations wherein I did not experience it before, but I've learned to adapt. I've learned to respond positively to these behavioral issues, but it's still a learning in progress, because behavioral management requires a lot of experiences, and I'm still on the first, really a little percentage of it. So it's a work in progress, but behavioral management is something that we need to embrace ourselves on also. Third will be how to self-regulate ourselves, like the self-regulatory troubles, that how do we respond to a lot of stresses around us, to a lot of adjustments, to a lot of new things that we're learning. How do we positively learn all these new things? And there's a lot of things that we're learning, because here in the US it's really very advanced, and you need to consider a lot of factors. And so how we adjust and respond to that, it's one of the big factor, because it can tell how we can thrive in an environment. And fourth is really overall the cultural adjustment. So how do we adjust to the new culture, to a new place? It's something that that we need to prepare ourselves on. So a lot of cultural adjustment will come from just listening and observing frequently to the surroundings. We ask questions, and we need to filter out the answers that we get from these questions according to if it's proper, if it's morally upright, if it's acceptable, if it's based on the regulations that are expected for us to follow, and so on and so forth. So cultural adjustment. Those are the four issues that I really experience here in the US, but those issues can all be responded very positively if we factor in all those things that God sends us, because God sends us a lot of blessings that will help us, approach these issues in a very positive way. The first one that I'm very thankful for this school year are the presence of people. They're really angels that God send us. These are people that are our instruments, that provide good support system, whether you're in school, whether you're outside. These people are your support system. There are our stronghold in a way where we can talk to. So when you're in a new environment, the presence of good people, a good community where you can belong to, like I've involved myself in a Bible study group, and I've also talk to the people here in school, so that you get to know them, and you can know who you can trust, so that you can really, be comfortable asking them questions if you get confused at something, or you ask help because you really need to ask help if ever you need support in your classroom, and you're confused, or you don't know how to handle some behavioral problems or some issues with the kids. So these people are really, really very helpful to us, because they're the ones who are very knowledgeable, and they're really an expert of a lot of things. So we don't feel ashamed on approaching these people, and to give our smile. We always smile to them, because that's how we can start a good relationship with them. Second will be the second factor where that made me survive here is really the motivation, the purpose, why I'm here. So we always go back to the big purpose, the big whys of why we embrace this kind of adventure. So every time I tend to give up, like there are really days that will test you. Like I tend to ask myself, why am I here? Did I come here for this? These are common questions that we tend to ask ourselves. But again, the big answer that we can tell ourselves back is really, why did you come here in the first place? Go back to the big purpose. And the big purpose, the big whys, the answers to these questions will erase all those doubts, all those difficulties. We will learn to accept them, because we know the big purpose of why you're here. That's the intrinsic motivation part, and that's really very strong. And it will fight off all those negativities, and it will just give a deep breath every now and then, and go back to the big purpose, to why we do these things, why we decide on these big things. Third is confidence. Third is really building up confidence to ourselves. We know if we believe on our potential, we believe in our capability, we believe that we are worth it, we have a value, even if we don't feel that we're appreciated, we don't feel our value, and we might feel that they trample on us. But no, let's go back to our confidence to ourselves, that we believe that we have the potential, we have the capability of doing something great. We are a good educator. We can be effective to our kids. We can teach something. We can be of great value. They may not realize it right now, but we are gifts. We are gifts to wherever we are placed, because we know that God places us there. And lastly, the faith. The faith that God places us in an environment where He believes we can thrive, and God gives us this grace that we are blessed beyond measure. It's really a blessing wherever we are, whatever situations we are in, whoever we meet. These are all forms of blessings, and that we just have to believe. We just have to have that faith that everything's gonna flourish according to God's plan, according to His will for us. So I hope that I've enlightened and inspired you with this vlog. For those teachers out there, we have to be proud of what we do. We teach the future generation, and every day we teach, every day we touch the hearts, the lives of other people. Maybe one student at a time. Let's not pressure ourselves too much. Okay, so this has been Miss Narca, saying don't stop learning, relearning, and unlearning. Till next time, I'm going to share more of my experiences here in the US being as an exchange teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Bye-bye. Thank you.